Clinical research would be a great way for me to use my medical background and also my experience in the pharmaceutical field. There is a lot of room for growth. It's just a matter of being resilient and never giving up. Clinical Research Fastrack provided me with a mentor that kind of guided me through the whole process. It's a great way to get exposed to so many jobs in the clinical research world. Yeah, so my name is Livio, and I'm currently a clinical research coordinator. And I started the clinical research fast track program back in July. So I have healthcare experience. My background is I'm an MD. So I got my medical degree, and I actually have a dual degree, also a master's in public health. So I'm considered as an international medical graduate, an IMG. So I graduated back in 2019, and I was involved in academia for a few years. So for about 3 to 4 years, I was involved in academia where I was teaching medical students, and I completed a research fellowship. And after that, I got interested in the pharmaceutical field, and I was looking for positions where I could use my MD. So I came across different types of positions, such as clinical research coordinator or clinical research associates. Also, before joining clinical research fast track, medical affairs was actually the first role that I had in the pharmaceutical field where I was able to get some really good experience. So I wanted a patient facing role, and I also wanted interaction with the different investigators, such as the PI, which is the principal investigator, and also interaction with other members of the healthcare team as well too. So I thought that, clinical research would be a great way for me to use my medical background and also my experience in the pharmaceutical field and apply it, and also being involved in different clinical trials for new drugs and new investigational products. So I wanted to actually be part of that process in getting these drugs approved by the FDA, and also interacting with the review boards, with the IRB. And so I felt like it would be like a great experience for me to actually be really involved in patient care as well too. So yes, I think I came across some of the ads online, and I was looking for positions via LinkedIn, and I think I've seen some of your ads on LinkedIn as well too, because I use LinkedIn as my primary resource, for finding jobs. And I was really frustrated at first because applying online can be very difficult, and if you don't really have the skills, you can have all the experience and all the skills. However, you don't really have the techniques and the tools in order to gain these interviews. So I felt like I just wanted a way for me to be more organized, right? In terms of my approach in applying for jobs. And I just felt like, hey, at this point, I've reached this point in my career where I just want to invest in myself. And I felt like clinical research fast track provided all these tools in order to succeed. A really cool tool is the ATS friendly resume. I had no idea what ATS friendly was, but apparently it's an application tracking system. So a lot of your applications are filtered through this system. And if you don't meet a certain score, then you will probably be screened out and your application will never be viewed. So it's really great that Clinical Research Fast Track provided me with a mentor that kind of guided me through the whole process from applying to jobs to preparing for interviews to actually going through the acceptance letter and being able to negotiate a salary. So every step Clinical Research Fast Track was able to guide me through, especially is very crucial for you to prepare properly for the interview. And also, I was able to go through some mock interviews where I was able to practice, because practice makes perfect, right? So it was a great way for me to feel confident whenever I went into those interviews. And crazy enough, some of the questions that were asked during the mock interviews, they came up during the actual interview. So being able to predict what actually happens during the interviews will be great. I think it's really important for you to stay up to date with the current climate. And what I mean by that is important for you to stay up to date with how the industry is evolving, but it's very important to stay positive and finding ways of improving yourself. And I think clinical research fast track, it's a great way to get exposed to so many jobs in the clinical research world. For example, you have a regulatory job, you have a clinical research coordinator job, you have a CRA job, which is completely different from a coordinator job, right? So it shows you how to explore these roles, and for you to remain versatile, I think that's the key. In the past 6 months, I've actually worked as a clinical research coordinator. It's in a very small company, so that gave me the freedom to like really learn a lot. So there are a lot of hands-on experience that I've gotten as a CRC, as a clinical research coordinator. For example, I became proficient in performing spirometry. For example, those are like the breathing tests that the patients come in if they have any pulmonary disease. I've been able to perform uh, EKGs. I've been able to perform, obviously, vital signs. I've been able to perform different types of assessments that are specific to the actual study. I've been able to actually learn phlebotomy skills, for example. I've actually worked on pulmonology studies, and now I've moved on to oncology studies. So there's an opportunity for me to actually learn a different therapeutic area. So it's really great. And now I'm actually looking for clinical research associate opportunities in the near future. I feel like I can evolve into that role. There is a lot of room for growth in the industry. It's just a matter of being resilient and never giving up.